Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So firstly, quick apologies for not getting to any of these test panel videos for a couple of weeks. I was meant to update at the 8-week mark and just got really busy, been doing a lot of overtime at work, plus just busy with other stuff. So I actually didn't get to this. I did give it an 8-week wash off camera. That's all I had time to do. And then the 9-week, it's been left. So now this is 10-week update for these products. So yeah, we made it past the 2-month mark. At the 8-week mark, everything was still looking pretty much the same, but yeah, so apologies for missing some videos. So this is going to be our 10-week update for these 5 products that are applied onto this test panel. So yeah, 10 weeks ago we polished, properly cleaned this, polished it, and then applied these 5. The panel has sat outside. You can see it's actually a little bit wet at the moment because it's a little bit of rain, and even got a spider web going. So yeah, it's definitely sitting outside. So these are the 5 products we have on. So we've got the Turtle Wax Ceramic Plus Graphene Paste Wax, Collinite number 476S, Bowden's own Beaut beads, Gyeon Q2 wax, and Artdeshine Graphene Obsidian wax. So yeah, if you guys haven't seen any of the previous videos, then what we're doing is basically just seeing how long they last, what they would like to apply, and yeah, pretty much, sorry, I'll just adjust my hose, pretty much which one I like the best. So we're started off with a quick rinse because yeah, the panel is quite dirty from sitting outside. Also gives us a bit of an indication of what's still working and what isn't. So yeah, for anyone who hasn't been watching, it's pretty much been a battle between the middle 3. So the Collinite, the Bowdens, and the Gyeon. The Artdeshine, yeah, it's basically gone now, and the Turtle Wax is very much on its way out. So get our wash mitt, just with some Carpro Reset, and we'll give this a quick contact wash. So yeah, it's not been getting driven or anything, but it has been sitting outside, and yeah, gets sort of bugs crawling over it, bird droppings and stuff, and lots of rain, lots of sun. So sitting in the direct sun all day. So yeah, we'll get off a little layer of whatever is left on there. We'll rinse that off, and then we'll set up the other camera so we can get a good look at how everything is surviving. So we'll make sure I give this a very thorough rinse. You don't want to leave any of the car soap residue behind. So keep things completely fair. I'm going to rinse this for about a minute or so, and then we'll come back and we'll go through each product and see how the hydrophobics are looking. Alright, so start off with the Turtle Wax. It's going to try and flood this entire section. Which it's still holding off from being completely flooded. It's in some of the corners. You can see where the tape line was here. It is starting to run off. It's very slow, but it is slowly sheeting that water off, as you guys can see. It will take about a minute, but it'll get there. So we move on to the Collinite. So let's move that camera over a bit, and we'll try the same thing. Try and completely flood that section. You can see it's clearly still very hydrophobic. Definitely can't flood that entire section. And as we let go, the water runs off pretty quickly. So yeah, that one's still looking great at 10 weeks. Very cheap to buy product too, so yeah, we're quite happy with that one. So now, let's move this back a bit so you guys can see what we're on. So the Bowden's own Beaut beads, the same thing. Try and completely flood that section. And it's closer than it's been. You can see as soon as we let go, that water disappears. So very hydrophobic. The Collinite and the Bowden have kind of been battling for second behind the Gyeon for most of this test. And yeah, still pretty much the same. I can't really call a winner between those. So we'll move over one more to our Gyeon. So the camera's probably spinning down a little bit, angle down a little bit, you guys can get the gist. So the Gyeon. Still super hydrophobic, and just to compare with the Bowdens there, it is definitely still the most hydrophobic. So yeah, Gyeon's still looking great, 10 weeks, pretty impressed with that. And lastly, the Artdeshine, there is no point in rinsing that because as you can see, it's still completely dead. Even if we do a bit of a finger tap test, which usually starts the sheeting process, see it's not really doing anything. So yeah, I'm gonna call Artdeshine gone. That was pretty much at the 2-month mark, that was gone. It's probably still doing something, slowly sheeting it off, so you could top it up with something, but yeah, basically at this point, I'm gonna say that one is out of the race. I'm not going to really update on that one anymore. So yeah, I'll move the camera back. So just a quick rinse so you guys can see the 3 in the middle at once. So yeah, all 3 of those at 10 weeks, looking really good. Very impressed with them. So yeah, what I'll do now is I'm going to just do a misting test. So I'll put the hose into a mist function and we'll just check the beads and how hydrophobic they are when we hold the water on there. So I will set my camera up for that and we'll come back to that one in a second. Okay, so we're going to mist over this entire thing. Get some nice beads going in each section. That should be plenty. Now we'll switch over to the other camera so I guys can bring you guys in nice and close to check out each section. So we'll start off with the Gyeon. So yeah, still really nice beading, looking great. Comparing it to the Artdeshine there, you can see a clear difference. So yeah, that's looking good for the 10 weeks. Coming over to the Bowdens, still looking great. Not the perfect round beads, but neither was the Gyeon. So yeah, they're all not quite as good as they were at the start. For 10 weeks, very impressed with all 3 of these ones. So yeah, the Bowdens, as you can see, still beating up really nicely. The Collinite, very similar to the Bowdens, not perfectly round beads, but still looking really nice. And the turtle wax, you can see these aren't sort of round beads at all, but it is still repelling the water. And what I will do also is just grab the hose and we just want to hold the mist function on. So you can just kind of see just how hydrophobic it is. So watch as the water hits. When we let go, it instantly runs off with the Gyeon. So yeah, very impressive for the Bowdens. You can see it's not quite as hydrophobic as that Gyeon, but it is still, water is disappearing instantly. Well, not instantly, this one I'd say it's closer to instantly. The Bowden's looking very good, and the Collinite, Collinite's looking really good. It doesn't seem to be as hydrophobic as it was, but yeah, I'm struggling to see a difference between the Bowdens and the Collinite. Those are both really nice. And the Gyeon is definitely more hydrophobic still at this stage. So even if I was to get 10 weeks out of this is had to wash every single week except for the 9-week mark, but lived outside that entire time, I'd be happy with any of these for a wax. The Bowdens I've applied multiple times to a few different cars, super easy to use. The Gyeon I've applied now one time to my car, which I did a video on recently. Bowdens was very easy. Gyeon's a little bit more work. Had a few people commenting saying probably to use a DA to put it on and to remove it. Probably better idea because it wasn't quite as easy to wipe down as the Bowdens. The Collinite, just going off this little test panel here, this is all I've done. I haven't done a full car with it yet, but it was definitely the harder to apply one. I could imagine your arms would get pretty sore after a day of wiping that down, but it is performing well, especially at its price point. So yes, we come across to the beads. So yeah, looking really good. So that's going to be it for the 10-week update. I'm going to leave it for another 2 weeks and come back at 12 weeks, which is 4 months. That's as far as we have ever gone with any of our sealant tests. So at the 10-week mark, these are all looking better than what the sealants have at 10 weeks. So I'm pretty impressed, like I said. I know some of these sealants I've previously have used have said, 1 year, 6 months durability, stuff like that. They lasted about 4 months. So the fact that these are looking well on their way it's to 3 months. So I think, yeah, it's 4 months that I got to with the other one. So yeah, we may lose some of the hydrophobics in that time. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself thinking we're at past the 12-week mark here, but this is 10 weeks, so 2.5 months. So we'll come back at 3-month update, which is 12 weeks. And I don't think there's gonna be much change between these three. Turtle wax may be pretty much gone by then, looking like what the Artdeshine does. But yeah, so that's gonna be it for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up down below if you did. Leave me a comment, also let me know what you think, and if you have any suggestions for future tests. But with all that said, until next time, I will catch you guys later.